Thank you. Wonderful job. All right, neutralization reactions. That's what we're talking about here. So let's start off with the obvious, right? Acids produce hydrogen in water, right? You put an acid in water, suddenly there's hydrogen ions. And bases produce hydroxide ions in water. So if we put both of these together, a base and an acid, two of the things that we're going to see are hydrogen and hydroxide, right? And when these two react, what do they make? They make water, right? So they effectively take each other away. They neutralize each other. So that's part of the reaction that I just separate out for you to see first. So in every neutralization reaction, you're always going to have water as one of the products. Now there's still the other piece that was part of the acid and the other piece that was part of the base. But this is one thing that you're going to see. All right, so let's write it. So every reaction between an acid and a base. Huh?
Did they print that out though?
Yes. Will produce. I needed it for the end of the marking period. That's what everybody wants to have. Not to agree. Produce water and something else, of course.
Do you know when report card's gonna come in?
No idea. Grades get submitted today, so I guess it takes about a week or two. So I have an idea, let's say about a week or two. All right. So there's always going to be water as one of the products, and then whatever's left, the cation from the base and the anion from the acid are going to come together and make something else. So let's look at an actual neutralization reaction. Let's say we have hydrochloric acid, right? One of the most common acids that we use, and sodium hydroxide, one of the most common bases that we use. Let me put these things both inside some water. So they react. So here's the hydrogen that's going to come off the acid. Here's the hydroxide that's going to come off the base. So that's going to produce H2O. And what's the other product going to be? Just look at what's left, right? Sodium chloride, exactly. So the other thing that's produced in a neutralization reaction is always going to be a salt. And it doesn't have to be sodium chloride, but whatever it is, it's going to be some type of salt. So there's something else here you could say is salt. In fact, that's actually the definition of what a salt is something that's produced in a neutralization reaction. So let's do another one. Look at, say we had magnesium hydroxide plus, I don't know, does anybody have any favorite acid they want me to use? Let's do nitric acid. Here we go. Okay. So obviously one thing that's produced is going to be H2O. That's going to come from this hydrogen and those hydroxides. And we're not going to worry about balancing the equation right now. But what's the other thing? What's the salt going to be? Louder, please. Magnesium nitrate, right? Magnesium here and nitrate there. This could be Mg, I didn't leave enough space here. Mg, and nitrate's -1. If you look it up on the page 257, magnesium's +2, so you're going to have two nitrates there. So magnesium nitrate plus H2O. So basically all you're doing with these neutralization reactions, if I want you to find the products, is you're going to take the hydrogen and the hydroxide away, those are going to make water, and then you take the other stuff, whatever the cation is with the base and the anion is with the acid, put them together and you have your salt. And this is a salt, right? This one here. This is a salt. It's just a different salt. You know, it's not table salt. Some of these you can't eat, obviously. All right, one more. Let's do lithium hydroxide. there's your base. And now let's do sulfuric acid, H2SO4. All right, so what's my salt going to be? Well, what's the metal going to be? Lithium, right? And what's the anion going to be? Sulfate, the whole thing, right? The whole piece, it's polyatomic. And sulfate, if you look it up, is -2, so we need 2 lithiums here. And then water is the other side here. All right, so let me give you some sort of definition here. Neutralization reaction. A reaction between an acid and a base. Produces water and a salt. And one final note here, if we mix the same number of moles of a strong acid and a strong base, the pH will be the same amount of a strong acid and a strong base. So what should happen? They neutralize each other. So what should the pH be? What's neutral pH? 7. pH will be 7. That's really pretty much it. That's all you got to know about neutralization reactions. You good? Alright. I'm done. You guys like the spring weather?
Do you want me to fill this up?
Yep.
Wait, since
I
the
love
blood drugs, and then we go to all this room.
What?
We go to all this room, since the blood drugs.
Send water on that one.
Oh. What period